Welcome to Spirit Knox to Brooklyn Mosaic. So today's video is how do you know if you're being followed? I was going in the house one day and I was climbing up the steps, walking up the steps. And I happened to glance to the side and I saw someone like sitting on the edge of a building. And the guys are working all around me. There's construction. So I kind of know routine things, but this just seemed odd to me because this person had a chair and they were just sitting at the edge of the building. No one was working. This person was just sitting where they could see over my compound wall. So when I was coming down the road, they were facing the road like they were watching where I was coming. I didn't pay any attention to it. So when I get in the compound, I come in, I climb the steps, and I look, and they're looking at me because I can see they're looking in my direction. And I thought I saw a shadow with two people sitting down. So when I get to the top of my steps, I'm like, there's only one person sitting there. Why do I see two people seated? I saw two shadows. I said, okay, I see what time it is. And it was no mistake. It wasn't nothing next to the person. It was literally another shadow on the wall. So I was like, okay. So I went in the house. I did my smudging. I did my prayers. And I left it at that. Another time I'm walking up the hill, coming from the beach. And there's a man in a car. And as I'm coming up the hill, he gets out of his car. And he's just looking over the top of his hood. So, he can just be looking. I'm not paying attention, but I am paying attention. So when I walk by, I notice that he's like scrambling for his phone. And then I act like I wasn't looking, but I was. And I could see him still trying to watch. So that's the other way. Like, look at people, watch their body language, and see if they're actually paying attention to you. You're an empath, you have intuition, you have discernment. You know when someone is looking for you. It's not like what other people feel. Pay attention to your abilities. They will tell you whether that person is checking on you or not, okay? Sure enough, later on that evening, I'm in my house, in the apartment, and I live high up. I'm looking out my window, and when I happen to look out the window, I see someone in their car from across the road trying to look up. And when they saw that I could see them, they turned out the lights in the car and the car just stayed there. I said, look all you want. Look all you want. Just don't touch me because it's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, I have to remind people sometimes, don't take my kindness for weakness. My cousins, they box Golden Gloves. I was an athlete. I don't have no problem defending myself. It ain't going to be nothing where I'm standing there screaming. Trust and know. Okay? And I ran track. So I know what to do to get away, to use my track abilities. And I still got it. So that's the other thing. You know when people are following you. The other thing is you may have people all of a sudden, they have so much conversation for you. Or they're making it a point to talk to you. And you're just like, I've never seen this person before. Their accent is not familiar. They will try to place people around you to act like they have so much in common with you, but they're keeping an eye on you for whoever. Pay attention to that. And also pay attention who are ambivalent toward you. The ambivalence is about people kind of being like, not really, believing what you say or trusting who you are. And the way you can tell when someone's ambivalent and is kind of testing your boundaries is it's kind of like let's say you're with a so-called friend, at a restaurant. They happen to come in, they sit down with you, they order food. You're not together, but they just happen to come in, so you sitting or eating. And you order food and they go, oh, we can eat together. And you're like, well, why are we eating together? You got your own food, I got mine. But in Africa, people eat together. So you're like, fine. I just got a confirmation. A truck went by like rainbow lights. And whenever rainbow lights go by and I say something, they're like, yeah, that's it. That's the answer. So I'm talking about these ambivalent people. So they know that you don't eat meat. They know that you're a vegetable person, and they go and dig on your plate and take the vegetable off the plate, like to overstep boundaries. Like, people will test you. You know, like if I can get away with this, what else can I get away with? Like that's how people who are crafty do. They think you're not paying attention. And with everyone else, they might say, "Oh yeah, this is my sister. This is my sister." But yet you sitting there in a restaurant and they're gonna say to someone, "Oh yes, well this is my wife." Did you slip just now? Because now that I heard you say that, trust and know I will never eat anything next to you, from you, or with you again. Because my feeling is then you be trying to put some special seasoning in my food to try to control me liking you. Because people do that here. Okay? Watch ambivalent people. They testing you, they sizing you up to see what they can get away with and what they can try. That's how it is here. This is like a training ground for me, literally. It really is a training ground because you see things on a smaller scale and you're able to pay more attention. So when you see them on a bigger scale, you could be like, okay, I see what this is. Um, Little things like that. And I pay attention to the little things, you know. I definitely pay attention to the little things. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I hope it was helpful. I hope that was like a bunch of little tips that you'll be able to put into the works when like little strange things are going on around you. Because on this journey, you're going to experience these things. And these are the things people don't talk about because they kind of blow it off like everyone knows it. I'm not going to assume that, right? So thank you for joining me on Spirit Knocks for Brooklyn Mosaic. We will talk again.